Hello everyone, you're welcome to another tutorial. So in this tutorial, we're going to talk about the vector edit mode and the pen tool. So let's start with the vector edit mode. So to access the vector edit mode on any shape, you just have to click on the enter key on your keyboard. So once you hit the enter key, you can use the move tool to edit each point of the vector shape independently. So the next thing that you can now do is to add the blend mode. So once you add the blend mode, immediately you click on any point. It brings out this Bezier handle that you can use to edit the curve. So when you hold down Alt, you can easily edit it independently. So you can edit each side of the Bezier handle independently, or you can actually release it and keep editing it in the mirror with the mirror settings. So that's for the vector edit mode. Okay, let's talk about one last thing let me go back to the vector edit mode. You can also use this paint bucket to add or remove fill. So let's say I want to add a fill to this now. Oh, it's not working because this is not in the vector edit mode. So let's delete this and try to do that. So once we select this, we can turn it into the vector edit mode by just clicking on enter. And once I click on enter, the whole panel shows and I can add a fill or I can remove the fill. I can add the fill, I can remove the fill. So this comes in handy in many ways while you are actually working on your project. So now let's quickly try to replicate each of these vector parts or these shapes using the pen tool. So to bring in the pen tool, you can either hit the P key on your keyboard or you just use the P tool here. So now the first one is this rectangle. So we are just going to click on this and hold shift in order for us to have like a straight line. So same thing, hold shift, same thing, hold shift. And so if you want to know if you have gotten to the end or you want to close the part, this black circle will be visible at the back of the pen tool. So once it's visible, then you can now select it to close the part. So that's that for that. So the next part that we're going to talk about is how to create this. So let's quickly create this. So now just look at this, that this is still selected. This is showing that this is highlighted, right? So if I try to create this shape now, so oh, I think that didn't work. So let me show you. I want to show you something. But this is independent now, but let me show you something. I want to show you something. So let's quickly enter the vector edit mode and let's use the pen tool. So once we use the pen tool, once we finish selecting this, once the black arrow, the black circle shows, and we just click on that, you can see that this is grouped together, which is not what we want. So each time you're trying to create a vector part or anything, just make sure that you deselect the other aspect, the other shapes before you move on to creating another shape. What do I mean? So if we go back now, let's quickly go back. So now that this is selected, I will just have to hit the move tool and then select the pen tool again if I want to create a fresh vector part. So that's what I wanted to actually show you. So take note of that so you don't have things actually grouping together. So that's that. This is this. So now there are two ways to actually create this. We can either create this by doing this first. So by first of all creating the whole part. So after creating the part, then we will now hit enter to enter the vector edit mode. Then we can now go to blend and start editing it. So we can do it like this and start editing it. Or another way to do this is to just create it on the go. So to do this, so the way to do this is to click and hold. Sorry, let me try that again. So what you do, the best way to do is to click and hold. So once you left click, you hold to create the curve and the Bezier handle. So you do the same thing here too. You do the same thing. So we just double click. So that's how to create this. So finally, what we are going to explore now is how to create this Apple logo using the pen tool. So to do that, remember what we talked about locking an object. So I'm just going to quickly reduce the opacity of this before locking the object so that we can actually trace the Apple logo out. So I'm just going to create this. So let's try and trace this logo, this Apple logo out. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to lock it and then it's not movable now. So I can now edit whatever thing I want to edit on top. All right, so I don't like how large this is, so I'm just going to deselect and try to reduce the stroke. So let's reduce it to 1. Oh, let's change it to 0.5 instead. So now that we've changed it to 0.5, we can now select, let's enter the vector edit mode back by clicking on enter and then try to trace it out. So you can try to hold and drag as much as you can. No, let's not do that. Let's do this instead. So try to hold and drag, hold, click and drag. Okay, it didn't work there, but we are coming back to it. Don't worry. I know it looks messy, but we are just going to continue working on it regardless. So I'm going to try to make it possible. I'm just trying to do this. There's a better way which I can use to create this, but based on your learning, I just want you to know that even if it's messy, you can also always edit this shape. So now you look at how this shape looks. It doesn't even look close to what we are supposed to trace in the first place. So the first thing you're going to do is to zoom in on each aspect to just make sure that it locks properly and it laps properly. What you're just going to do is to select the move tool while holding Alt on your keyboard. Oh, that's not what I want to do. So once you just select this, once the Bezier handle appears, then you now make sure you use the mirror effect. Let's quickly use the mirror effect and mirror the length. All right, so you just have to shift it to the top, then use the Bezier handle and make sure the mirror effect is turned on. So the same here, we want it to have equal length. It doesn't have equal length here if you look. So we want it to have equal length. So we have like, we get a perfect shape. So, but if you don't want it to have equal length, you can edit this. This can go as long as it is, but as long as it wants. And most times I tend to use like the equal length, except I want to actually edit the Bezier handle like independently. That's when I might now want to actually use the mirror, just the mirror angle without having equal length. So let's change it to have equal length because that's what I want. Okay, now that we've done that aspect, so we are just going to now the way I'm looking at this now, I don't think we need this particular point here. To remove this points, we'll just have to hold shift and delete. You see, it didn't delete this particular, but if we just click on delete, it will delete this entire part. So that's not what we want. We'll just have to click shift and delete to actually have this possible. So I'm just going to use the Bezier handle to actually try to make this possible. So we now have this. So looking at these two, I don't think we need, the 2 points. I'm just going to delete it also. And we're going to select this and try to edit it. So I think this is looking all good. And I'm going to select this and we are going to activate the equal length so we can actually edit this curve here. All right, I think this looks nice. So same here, I'm just going to try to edit this. And I know this is not at the top here. Let's just quickly push it. Let's quickly push it. Yeah. So now that we have this, so we are just going to push this a bit so we can edit this. So now to edit this, let's quickly select this and use and turn off the mirror angle. To turn off the mirror angle, just hold Alt on your keyboard and drag, and do the same here too. Hold Alt on your keyboard and drag. But this is looking too much, so we are just going to hold Alt and reduce and make sure that this is looking all good. So we don't want one part to be bigger than the other. I think this part looks a bit small, which is not what we want. So I'm just going to drag this outside a bit. So now that we've achieved this, let's quickly see how it looks. So let's click enter to remove from the vector edit mode. Wow, this looks nice. So the other part that I think this part is not looking too straight. So let's enter the vector edit mode and see why that is. So it's not looking, I don't think, okay, mirrors, it did mirror, but it's not mirroring like appropriately. So we want equal length. Let's use equal length here, please. I would like it to have equal length. Let's use equal length here, please. But the only issue with that now is that it's kind of like not working properly. So what we are just going to do, we are just going to try and push this to the top and see how that works. And then I'm just going to reduce this also. I'm just going to reduce this also. All right, so let's click enter to see if that's looking okay. Wow, this is looking nice now. So finally, we are just going to create this. So for this, we're just going to click on this and click, hold, then so click and drag, and then finally we come back to this place. So now let's manually edit it. You don't have to make it all good and all. It can be messy, but so now that we have this now, what we'll just do is just, okay, now let's edit it. Let's hold Alt to actually to turn off the mirror effect. Okay, there's no blend mode here. Or am I not seeing the, okay, let's work on this. Let's click this and add the blend mode to it. Okay, I think it has appeared now. All right, so we don't want that to happen. So we just hold Alt in order to turn off the mirror mode. So that's how to create this. And I'm not seeing the blend mode here. So I think the blend mode has appeared. So I'm just going to hold Alt and try to edit that. So hold Alt and try to edit that also. So the more you experiment with this, the more you become better at doing this. So that's that for the Apple logo. So what we are going to do now, we're just going to select both of them and drag it out, and now use the paint bucket. So let's hit enter to enter the vector edit mode and use the paint bucket to add fill to it. So that's it. So that's how to actually create the Apple logo using the pen tool. And then you can just put in text under here. You can just add text Apple. All right, so let's change this to probably like 32 and see how it looks. It doesn't have to be exact. I think this looks okay. Well, let's change this to 48 and see. 48 looks too big, but let me experiment it and see. Oh, I think it matched. So we are just going to reduce this to like regular. Does regular look okay? Wow. So I think it looks like regular. So we're just going to select all this and we're going to bring it out here. And then now I can unlock this particular layout and delete it because we no longer need it. So now this is the Apple logo. So I would like to see your recreations also, and I'm definitely going to give you an exercise that you use to practice this. All right, so that's it for the pen tool. Thank you and see you in my next tutorial.